today we will discuss your this predator and predatism. Okay, as all of you know, predator and prey, yes or no? Predator means the food is their prey. Okay, here what will happen, they will catch their prey, their food, and devour them. Okay, those smaller or those more helpless creature, okay, they will go on feeding on them. Okay, they will kill them and they will use it as their single meal. Okay, that is what your predator prey relationship. But in case of parasites, what will happen, so many parasites will go, they will attack a host and slowly gradually they will feed on a single host, yes or no? Either single or some few hosts. But in case of predator, what will happen, in a day they may feed on number of prey. Okay, that is the difference in between parasite host and predator prey relationship. Is it clear? Is it clear? Getting my point or not? The difference between predator and parasite. In case of parasite, what will happen, so many parasites will go to a single host, yes or no, and they will feed on that very slowly. But in case of predator prey, what will happen, a single predator will feed on so many number of prey in a single day, just like a single meal. Okay, and here the predators are what, your free living organism. They no need to attach on another organism, simply they will go, they will catch them or they will just make them paralyzed and they will feed on them. And they are larger than the prey, larger than the food. But in case of parasite, what will happen, host will be larger than the parasite. But in case of predator, what will happen, your predator will be larger than the prey. Okay, and they requires more than one prey to develop. But in case of parasite, single or some few hosts are sufficient to complete their life cycle. But in case of predator prey, what will happen, a predator needs a lot of prey to develop or to complete their life cycle. Getting my point or any doubt is there? So what are the insect predator qualities? Okay, those things now we will see. Okay, so a predator generally feeds on what, many different species of prey. That means we can tell that in case of parasite and host, what happen, they will feed on a single host or single species of host. But in case of predator prey, what will happen, a predator may feed one or more different prey up to different species. That means in general predators are polyphagous in nature, they will feed on different type of species of prey, food, okay, organism. Then, and this predator is generally larger than the prey, yes or no? That is the general character of a predator prey. But in case of parasite host, what will happen, parasites are generally smaller than the host. Okay, then typically a single predator, okay, will consume a large number of prey in its lifetime, yes or no? But in case of parasite, what will happen, typically a parasite may feed and complete so many of generation in a single host, or they may need some 1 to 2 different hosts, but not more than that. But in case of predator, what will happen, a single coccinellid predator, this beetle, may consume hundreds of aphid. Okay, that is the case of predator and prey. How it is different from parasite, that's what I want to tell you now. Okay, then in case of predators, what will happen, they will kill and consume their prey, their food, very quickly, usually through this extra oral digestion. That means what, before consuming that inside, they will produce some saliva. In their saliva some components will be there, they will help in extra oral digestion. From the beginning itself the food will be soft and they can easily go on feeding on those prey. But in case of parasite, what will happen, first they need to attach, after association they will gradually slowly feed. First they will lay their eggs, from the eggs larva will come, larva will very slowly cause damage to the host. So this is a very time taking process, unlike predator and prey. Okay, now next point is what, predators are having very efficient in search, that means high searching capacity, okay, of their prey, and they can very swiftly they can move also, not like parasite. Parasite means very slowly they will move. But in case of predator, what will happen, Very speedily they will go, they will run after the prey, they will catch them, they will devour them, they will make them paralyzed, and they will feed on them. That is the in case of predator. Okay. Again, in case of predator and prey, what will happen? Their habitat may be different. They develop separately, or sometimes they may be living in the same habitat. Yes or no? Or in the adjacent habitat. There is no any bound that predator will have to live along with the prey. Not like that. But in case of parasite and host, what will happen? Wherever the host is there, the parasite need to come. In the same habitat, the parasite will go. In the same host, the parasite will develop. That means definitely they must be united. They must have some association. That means here parasite cannot develop separately from their host, but predators can develop separately from their prey. That is the meaning. Okay. Then in case of predator, what will happen? As compared to the parasite, predators will have well developed structural adaptation and well developed sense organ to locate their prey. But in case of parasites, that is lacking this well developed sense organ. They have well developed ovipositor to lay their eggs, so that the female will lay their eggs on the host, but they do not have well developed other sensory organs, unlike predator. Predator have well developed sense organ to locate their prey. Okay, getting my point? Yes or no? Now, predator is carnivorous in both its immature and adult stages and feed on the same kind of prey in both of the stages. That means the predator may be in its larval stage or may be in their adult stage. Always they feed on the living organism. That is a must. 90% of the predator. Okay. What will happen? Both in their growth stage, again in their adult stage, they will feed on another living organism. But in case of parasite, what will happen? Sometimes in the larval stage they are feeding, but most of the times the adults are somewhat more free living. Okay, most of the time. Generally their larval stage are actively parasitic stages. Okay. That means predator are most of the time carnivorous in general, but in case of parasites, all stages are not carnivorous. Actively or mainly their larval stages are carnivorous in nature. Okay. In case of predator, what will happen? They have cryptic coloration and deceptive marking. That means this mimicry. They will mimic the surface of plant stem. They will mimic the surface of plant leaves. Okay. Those kind of characters are exhibited by this kind of predator, like your praying mantid, rubber fly. Okay. They have cryptic coloration. Okay, and deceptive marking. Some specific structural enrichment will be there over their cuticular surface. Okay. Understood the quality of predator? Yes or no? Understood the qualities of predator? Yes or no? Hello. Cryptic means you might have seen in case of praying mantid or in case of rubber fly. What will happen? Over their cuticular surface, they have some cryptic coloration. That means not like transparent. Yes or no? But in case of this larva, you can see the coloration is not that much diversified. Yes or no? They have one kind of like only white or brown or somewhat blackish brownish, just like that. But in case of predators, what will happen? They do have some cryptic coloration. Okay. Again, sometimes what will happen? They will just mimic, like they will adopt a coloration. Is that of the plant surface? Is that of the leaves? Okay. Those kind of things are observed in case of predator. That is lacking in case of parasites. Understood? Okay. Now coming to your predatism. Some different kind of predators are there. Try to see. Okay. First is what? Entirely predatory. That means whatever may be the situation, whatever may be the stage of the predator, they will be carnivorous in nature, like green lacewing, tiger beetle, ladybird beetles. In every situation they will be predatory in nature, no any other nature. Always they will be carnivorous. Anyway, in case of green lacewing, their crops are carnivorous, adults are free living, but still they are entirely predatory. Okay, that is what your entirely predatory category. Second one is what? Mainly predator but occasionally harmful. For the cases you see odonata, that means dragonfly, and your praying mantis, always they are predatory in nature. Okay, that means always they will feed on another insect and they are beneficial for the human being. Yes or no? They will feed on the other insect pest, those are attacking the plant, but sometimes they may attack the honeybees. At that time they will be harmful in nature. Understood? If these dragonflies or mantids will attack the honeybees, at that time they will be regarded as your harmful predator. Okay, that is the case. Then next, mainly harmful but partly predatory. That means in case of this you see cockroach. In cockroach what will happen? Generally those are the household pest. They are regarded as household pest, harmful. But sometimes they will feed on the termites. Okay, at that time what will happen? No doubt they were mainly harmful, but as they are feeding on termites sometimes, at those times they will be regarded as predatory. They will be regarded as beneficial. Similarly, when blister beetle, they will feed on the flower. You see, in case of cockroach what will happen? Likhita, these are the household pest. Yes or no? Causing nuisance. Yes or no? If you store something, definitely cockroaches will come and they will infest. Yes or no? So generally what will happen? Cockroaches are harmful in nature, but sometimes what will happen? When cockroaches feed on the termites, but termite is now harmful, at that time cockroach will be regarded as a beneficial predator. Understood? That is the case. Likhita, understood or not? Okay. Similarly, this blister beetle, here what will happen? Their adult will feed on the flowers of different crop, but their growth stage, larval stage, they will feed on the grasshopper eggs. That means when they are feeding on the flowers, they are pest, but when they are feeding on the eggs of grasshopper, at that time they will be the predator. That means no doubt mainly they are harmful, damaging the flower, but sometimes they will be predatory in nature in their growth stage. Understood this point? This cockroach and blister beetle, understood? Hello? Yes or no? Understood clearly? Okay. Now you see, mainly scavenging and partly predatory, just like your earwigs. Okay, what they will do? Generally they will feed on the dead and decaying matter. They are acting as a scavenger for decomposition. Okay, but sometimes what will happen? They will also feed on this dipteran larva, which is known as what? Your maggots. At that time what will happen? They will be predatory, no doubt. In their scavenging behavior they are helpful, again in their predatory behavior they are helpful, but they have two different roles. Generally they feed on the decaying matter, which is also beneficial for human being. Also sometimes they will feed on the maggots fly. Yes or no? Larva of dipteran flies. At that time they will be your predatory. In both the cases they will be helpful in nature. Understood? Okay. Yes or no? Be quick. We will try to complete as soon as possible. Then variable feeding habits of predator. Like in case of Tachygonidae, there what will happen? They are omnivorous, carnivorous, but also damage the crop by laying eggs. That means they will feed on the plants, they will feed on the other pest. Also they will feed on, also they will cause damage to the crop by laying their eggs. That means they have varying habits of feeding habit. Yes or no? They act as omnivorous, carnivorous, everything. In those cases that is again different. Okay. Then the last one is your what? Stinging predator. This is a different kind of predator. Here association will be there. Okay, here you see here what will happen. Anyway, here what will happen, those predators, okay, what they will do, they will construct some nets or webs. Okay, to those webs what will happen, when the prey will come across this nest, they will just trap in those net. Okay, when they will be trapped, then what will happen, this predator female will go and that will lay its egg on the surface of the prey. First what she will do, she will, okay, good morning, she will sting the predator. Okay, that means here what will happen, you see, okay, good morning, here you see, suppose this is the trap, okay, made by the predator. Okay, so in this predator what will happen, the female will construct the nest. This is the predator. Okay, suppose what happen, one small pest came and it just, okay, and it just trapped here in this nest. So what this female will do first, she will come and she will sting the pest here, she will sting the prey here. Okay, this female predator will come and sting the prey here. Sting means what will happen, now this prey will be paralyzed, now the prey cannot move, that will be totally stable there, they won't die but they will be trapped here, they cannot move at all. Then what will happen, again this same female predator will lay its egg, okay, over this paralyzed prey and the female will go away. Now what will happen, upon this particular prey, when this eggs will hatch, these grubs will feed on the prey. This is known as what, your stinging predator. Understood or any doubt is there? Understood or any doubt is there? Understood? This is what your stinging predators. Okay, no doubt the females are not directly feeding on the prey, but they are laying their eggs. From the eggs grubs will emerge, those grubs will feed on the paralyzed prey. Understood? This is what your stinging predator. Okay, example is your spider wasp and different wasp. Okay, those are the stinging predators. Okay,